In today's video, we are on the A14, and on the 2-mile section of the A14, we come across a weight restriction. That weight restriction is only enforced between 6 AM in the morning and 8 PM in the evening. And in this video, we're going to be asking, could this sign and should this sign be done better? So let's discuss it. On the trucker's eye.
Alrighty then.
The M42 has a timed weight restriction in the outside lane. The M11 also has a timed weight restriction in the outside lane. And there are other roads that have the same setup. But we're going to be using the one on the A14 to ask the question, could this be done better? And personally, I think it could. We're going to be highlighting a couple of problems. This kind of weight restriction was apparently brought in to help with traffic flow. But in this video, I'm going to put a case forward which highlights the problems it actually causes. But not only that, I'm going to offer a solution for a better system. This particular video was filmed at 9:15 on a Thursday morning. And that means that I cannot drive this 44-ton truck in the outside lane on this dual carriageway. For those of you that don't know, weight restrictions are based on the gross weight of your vehicle. In other words, the maximum weight that your vehicle can actually be on the road. The truck I'm driving can be as much as 44 tonne, but will only weigh around 21 tonne when the vehicle is empty and not carrying a load. You may have noticed in the last segment of video that we were already gaining on the slow moving trucks just ahead of us. But keep your eye on my speed as the adaptive cruise control on my truck starts to slow us down as we head towards a slower moving traffic. And despite at this point there being a completely empty lane, I'm not allowed to keep my speed and overtake.
I just can't do it, Captain.
That minibus has been behind us. When I say us, that's because behind me there's another 3 or 4 trucks that can all go up this hill a lot quicker than what we are doing. But because we're all over 7.5 tonne, we can't use the outside lane. And even if we were to come across a slow moving tractor, we still wouldn't be able to use the outside lane as we'd be contravening a weight limit. And even though we're now speeding up slightly, there's still nothing coming in the outside lane. And it'll be a while before 2 cars pass us, which themselves are only doing about 55 miles per hour. One of the problems that this plateauing of trucks causes is frustration. Now that driver must have deeper pockets than myself.
Somebody stop me.
And although I think there's a better system that could be in place, the rule that is currently in place should really be adhered to. But the fact that this truck is overtaking in this video also highlights something else. And as you can see, it was a safe overtake and he's not actually holding anybody up. And it also goes to prove that the proposal I'm going to put forward would probably work better than the one that's in place at the moment.
Now focus. The color of this pen is The pen is blue. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
And so too should be the colour of the sign that is in the outside lane rather than the weight limit. One of the problems you'll find in restricting trucks to the left lane only comes when the restrictions on lane 2 come to an end. As what tends to happen is the trucks that have all been plateaued into lane 1 will still want to overtake. However, the vehicle at the front, which was going slowest in the first place, is now back up to speed and probably sitting on its speed limiter. And the marginally faster trucks will still want to overtake. But whereas earlier they were doing 15 mile an hour more and it would have been a quick overtake going up the incline, the overtake will take a lot longer. And with that plateauing of the trucks, they've all bunched up too, and will all be wanting to overtake at the same time. Now I do say this a lot, truck drivers drive cars too, and I can already hear the people screaming at their screens, saying all trucks should just be restricted to the inside lane. Anybody who thinks that's a solution really needs to take a trip and go to Germany. Germany sometimes restricts trucks to the inside lane only, even when they are on a 3-lane motorway or autobahn as they are. I sat in many hours of traffic jams just because trucks had been forced all into the one lane. One of the most common places for this to happen was on the A2 near to Hanover. Trucks would be backed up for miles, and then so too would cars and other vehicles, as they couldn't get across and get off to the A7. That system really doesn't work. But in Germany on the roads, they use a sign that we also have in Britain. Although here in Britain it's used far less than what it is in Germany. A solid blue circle with white numbers depicts the minimum speed limit. Obviously in Germany they drive on the right, so what this sign is telling you is that there is no minimum speed limit in lane 1, whilst in lane 2 there is a minimum speed limit of 50 km an hour, and in lane 3 there's a minimum speed limit of 80 km an hour. I dare say that there's a lot of people in the UK who would actually know what the blue signs mean. I wonder how many people actually even noticed them, like these signs here on the entrance to the Mersey Tunnel. But back on the A14, would it not be better to remove the weight limit from the outside lane and put in a minimum 50 mile an hour speed limit? As surely that would help all of the traffic flow better, both on that incline where the weight limit is now and also the zone after it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Just a couple of things to point out before we end the video. One of those things being how strange it is that the times are different on the different motorways. As you can see from the M42 sign on the left, the restrictions run from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, while strangely the restrictions on the A14 run from 6 AM to 8 PM as you can see on the right hand side. And finally, the restriction on the M11 is only on the second part of the climb, even though the first part of the climb is a lot steeper. I wonder how many more drivers have noticed that. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. You might have noticed the Jim Carrey theme running through this video, so there's only one way that we can end.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I'll see you all next time on the Truck and I.